I don't know. Let's see. Donald Trump is a terrible president because he slept his way to the top.
No, I actually think that.
Remember that? That was
Well,
brutal. Hey, listen. Floor's
he didn't
yours.
do that,
Why
so-
do you support Trump?
I think that he's obviously done a lot of things. I can't say he's a perfect person, but I do think he has done things to benefit us.
What is one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden?
Closing the borders.
So that's not a macroeconomic indicator.
Yeah,
a
it is.
macroeconomic indicator would be something like GDP growth, unemployment, inflation, jobs reports. And by definition, a macroeconomic indicator is just simply a gauge that we could use to determine the health of the economy overall. So
Yes,
once again,
absolutely.
speaking about GDP growth, inflation, like wages,
Well,
so on and
health
so
of
forth.
the economy, if
what's
I can dive into that.
one indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden.
The amount of drug use and fentanyl in society has gone down
Okay.
miraculously because he has
That's-
closed the border and illegal drugs are no longer allowed to come in.
You understand the question I'm asking you?
Yeah, I do, and I'm answering it.
So the amount of people that use drugs in society could, of course, influence macroeconomic variables. Like if everybody was drugged up all the time, nobody could go to work, right? So therefore, the macroeconomic indicator of like unemployment would be really high. Okay, so it's not directly the macroeconomic indicator, but rather it's an influence of the indicators. So directly, what is one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago? Keep it in mind that macroeconomic indicators are things like inflation, GDP growth, wage growth, real median wages, unemployment, job reports, so on and so forth.
Same thing. I'm going to go with drug use.
Stop, dude. Okay.
Dude, I'm a
listen.
girl.
So what macroeconomic indicators did drug use influence? Are you saying that
Okay,
now we have
can-
like a
can
lower
go with
level of
another thing
unemployment
about the
because of
border.
that?
By closing the border and not allowing illegal people in here, giving
Jesus.
me and so many other people job opportunities that they weren't allowed to have before because
Yeah.
companies were employing illegal immigrants, just like the weed farm in California that Newsom was directly supporting. They
Yeah.
had children at the age of 9 years old illegally here working for them.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are no longer allowed here, giving job opportunities to others. That is benefiting the economy, period.
So is that why we added the lowest amount of jobs to the economy in 20 years, ignoring recessions last year under Trump? Is that why we have the highest
said
level of
they're opening
unemployment since the
opportunity.
pandemic?
Is it not
So-
opening opportunity?
Yeah,
by,
it's not. The reason
It
why
is.
mass
It
deportation.
is actually. It is.
The reason why
for-
mass deportation doesn't open up job opportunity in America is very simple. Because ultimately, undocumented immigrants as a demographic are very economically productive. They pay over $100 billion in taxes
And
per
those
year
jobs
on
are
the
now
federal, state, and
open for
local
real
level.
Americans
and they
to
pay
have.
in $1.1 through $1.7 trillion to the GDP annually.
They actually don't.
And according
They actually don't. Have you ever
So
met
that's
an
a
illegal immigrant that pays taxes?
So-
I'm sure you haven't.
So my source is the IRS. Do you think the IRS is lying?
Absolutely. I'm sure they can lie about statistics all the time.
So Donald
And
Trump's IRS is lying about how
It's
much.
not Donald Trump's IRS.
Well, that's what the IRS is saying today. Who's the president?
No, well, the
who-
statistics
do you
came
know
in
who
from years
Scott
ago.
Bessent
You've
is?
used that since the last time we were here.
Do you know who Scott Bessent is?
No,
He's the administrator of the IRS. Do you know who he's appointed by?
Donald Trump. I'm
Donald
going to
Trump.
assume.
And Scott
You do
Bessent
homework.
and the IRS under Trump still report that. And listen,
And
it's
so you
not
don't
a
believe that
contestable
removing
fact.
a certain population can allow opportunities for others to come in. You
Because it
realize
makes the economy less productive.
I have family
Yeah.
that are refused opportunities, health care, and other resources due to the fact that it's oversaturated by people who do not have a citizenship here. And by
Yeah.
closing those borders and not allowing those people to come in, it gives them the space to have that because that's what my tax dollars should be paying
So
for.
do you think that undocumented immigrants can access like federal Medicaid, Medicare,
They
so on and so
can,
forth?
actually. They
Do you,
can.
do you know what the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act is?
I actually know that they can because I
Do
have
you know
family
what the
members
Personal
that can,
Work Order and
that can perfectly walk
Responsibility
in
Act?
and they can get checks month per month, living month per month, and we support that. Our tax dollars that we pay, we support
Can I
that.
get a yes or no? Do you know what the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act is?
I believe it has something to do with jobs and paying taxes no matter your...
No.
Mm-hmm.
The Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act is a bill from the 90s that strictly limits and prohibits any type of federal public welfare benefit
And
from being
not
given
everywhere follows
to
the law, obviously.
undocumented
Here in California, we have...
immigrants. I'm going to continue to speak. There was
Mm-hmm.
one slight addendum to this with Obama's EMTALA, which just says that undocumented immigrants can get life-saving emergency care if they need it. But the point is, when you suggest that undocumented immigrants are reliant on these federal systems of benefit,
And they are.
anyway,
They
from
are.
Medicaid to Medicare to Section 8 to food stamps, they're not. It is
They
literally
are. They
illegal for them to
absolutely
collect
are.
those benefits.
And they do anyways because
listen,
states like
by-
California allow it.
So
we pay for it.
you're
I believe
confused.
No, I'm not
What you're
confused.
confused
I know
about
exactly,
is the difference
I know
between
exactly what I'm talking
limited state-level benefits and federal benefits. So you're right.
But it still happens on some level. Can you acknowledge that?
In 10 of our 50 states, undocumented immigrants have the limited ability to collect
But
social safety
that
nets.
still is an ability, and,
And
my
that-
tax
and that's
dollars
fine.
in California are paying for it.
Well-
Yes.
well, actually,
can
their
we agree on
tax
that?
dollars pay for it
Absolutely.
because they pay $100 billion per
my
year in
tax
taxes,
dollars
and they
pay for it.
subsidize you.
And people like my brother with disability that
Yeah.
truly need those things are being cut.
They're completely different systems.
They're being absolutely not.
Yeah, they are.
Nope.
What's Medi-Cal?
Medi-Cal, my brother gets Medi-Cal, and they also get
No,
Medi-Cal.
it's specifically
yes,
a
they
system
do.
of benefit for undocumented immigrants that no
No,
longer
my
exists.
brother
Your
literally
brother's-
just got something in the mail
your
that
brother's-
says for Medi-Cal.
Your brother's on Medicaid.
No,
on the
he's
state
not.
level.
He's on Medi-Cal.
Listen,
honey.
the point that I'm trying to make here.
I'm filing for a conservatorship for my
So
brother. I would know exactly what he gets.
The point that I'm trying to
and
make
it is getting
here.
cut day by day because of the oversaturation and the overpopulation of people we don't even know exist.
Okay,
and
I'll
we
wait
are
for you to
paying
finish.
for them.
Okay.
So do we not acknowledge that by closing the borders, like I'm going to go back to my point, just like you like to do with everybody else, I'm going to go back to my point that by cutting that population off and allowing more space for opportunity for Americans would benefit the economy.
So you're saying that you pay for the benefits of undocumented immigrants when they're paying over $100 billion per year in taxes on the federal, state, and local level. Well, guess what? They're paying for their own benefits in the 10 limited states that give them. In
No, they're
fact,
not. Do their jobs.
I mean, this is just anti-intellectualist propaganda. That's what the IRS says. That's what the Cato Institute, who's ran by libertarians, which is right-leaning,
that's
says.
disgusting for you to say.